thanks for sticking with us here on The Random Show. So far today we've discussed humor density and Schrodinger's cat. We're going to end the show with an explanation and application of Pavlov's dog. Ivan Pavlov was a Russian physiologist from the late 1800s and early 1900s who pioneered the study of conditioning with his experiments on dogs. Ivan Pavlov noticed that his dogs began to salivate shortly before being fed. So he designed an experiment in which he would ring a bell before feeding his dogs. After several times, his dogs began to correctly associate the ringing of a bell with the presentation of food. After enough times, Pavlov could ring his bell at any time and the dogs would begin to salivate, whether they were being presented with food or not, because they had been conditioned to do so. We can apply this concept to humor too. Watch the following bit and notice the similarities to Pavlov's experiment. Notice how the bell sounded when humor was executed at the beginning of the bit. You associated the bell with something humorous, and therefore with laughter as you laughed. You learned that whenever a bell sounded, you were to behave by laughing. When the bell sounded at the end of the bit, at times when humor was not executed, the behavior was already learned, and you laughed even though it was not humorous. Ingenious, isn't it? What we learned from Pavlov's dog is especially useful for sitcoms. Though oftentimes sitcom producers will use more subtle ways of inducing laughing behavior. For example, a lit sign that says, "laugh," or canned laughter, things like that. How many times have you laughed at a sitcom joke just because you were conditioned to do so? See what I mean? As long as an audience associates a stimulus with the action of laughing, that stimulus can be anything. Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for letting me show you what goes on behind the scenes here at The Random Show. Remember, every time you see things a little faster than expected, never hear a punchline, and hear strange ringing noises, don't worry, it's not you, it's me, Dr. Douglas Merriweather, trying to make your life a little bit funnier. Have a great night, everybody.